DreAllDay.com.
Dre Baldwin, DreAllDay.com. The topic here is don't do too much barking in your life. You ever known anybody that likes to do a lot of barking? You know what barking is, right? Like a dog barks, the dogs can't talk, you know? And sometimes when the dog feels threatened or maybe surprised or, I don't know, whatever way the dog's trying to communicate, they'll bark in place of possibly biting, actually doing something and attacking. A lot of human beings have this habit of barking often. Those of y'all who you got enough life experience, you know when a person's doing a whole lot of barking usually means they ain't gonna do the thing that they're talking about. That's the interesting thing about barking is usually it's not a precursor to a bite. And any of you who have a dog or have dealt with dogs a lot, you know a dog that's actually gonna bite you, oftentimes they don't bark. Notice that? Sometimes they do. But oftentimes the dog that's actually going to attack you, they don't bark. They just show you their teeth. And their physiology changes a little bit to let you know, but it's kind of like is not as out there as a bark. A bark, everybody hears it. If a dog's showing you they're about to attack you, you got to be looking at it. If you're not looking, you might not even see it, but then it happens. And it's the same thing with human beings. A lot of people will bark about what they're going to do, what they could have did, what might happen in many different ways. Whether they talking about something positive, like I'm going to do this in business, or I'm going to achieve this in my sport, or I'm going to create this outcome in my life or whatever, or something bad. Somebody talking shit like, yo, if you say that again, I'm going to do this, or I'm going to knock you out, or I could do that, or this could have happened, or you lucky these people here because that would have happened. That's what we call barking, right? Most of the time when people are barking, it's because they don't have any bite. So the purpose of what I'm telling you here is catch yourself whenever you find yourself doing a little bit too much barking that is not backed up with any actions. The thing is, people who actually do the shit that most people bark about, because a lot of people talk about doing things, right? We know this. The people who actually do the things that a lot of people talk about doing, they don't have to talk. They don't have to bark. They don't have to say what they're going to do because their actions have already proven what they're going to do. I mean, y'all know the sayings about actions and words, right? People say don't judge people on their words, you judge them on their actions, right? Or I can't hear the words you say because your actions are speaking so loud. What is it? Your actions are speaking so loud that I can't even hear what you say, right? Or when someone shows you who they are, believe them. Like we've heard all of these sayings about words versus actions. So ask yourself, have I been doing a whole lot of barking in lieu of doing some actual biting? Have I been doing a whole lot of talking but not actually doing shit that I'm talking about? And this doesn't even have to be out loud, like dealing with other people. You could be doing a whole lot of barking just talking to yourself. Think about that. You do a whole lot of talking to yourself about what you're going to do, what you could do, what you should do, involving some situation or involving some other person. But then when you really look at yourself critically, you realize like, yo, I'm doing all this thinking about what I could do, all this talking about what I should and would do, but I ain't actually doing shit. Do you catch yourself doing that? Maybe not, because you haven't done the self-assessment, but that's why I'm making this video. So you could do that self-assessment and check yourself. Hey, am I doing a whole lot of barking, but ain't doing shit? Because the thing about barking is, first of all, as soon as you say you're going to do something, now you have committed yourself to doing it. And you might not. There's the thing about when people bark about stuff, they might not really want to do the thing that they're talking about, but because they're talking about it, now they painted themselves into a corner where they got to back it up. And that could be trouble. Now you got to do it, even though you might not have even wanted to do it. And the other thing about it, even if you're going to do it, that's the one side, that you're not going to do nothing, but you're talking about it. Now people are like, all right, when you going to do that thing you said? And if you don't do it, now you lose a little bit of credibility with your audience, and maybe lose a little bit of respect from the people who are watching you, right? Because you said you were going to do it, you didn't do it. On the other side, if you are going to do the thing, but you're barking about it, now it's kind of like you let the cat out of the bag. Like you lost the wow factor. Any of you ever watch a slam dunk contest? I mean, things have changed a lot over the years, but the way it is supposed to be in a slam dunk contest, and I'm qualified to say this because I've been in a bunch of slam dunk contests. The wow factor is when somebody does something and the first time they get it right, that's when you're like, wow, that's a nice dunk. Like if somebody tries a dunk 4 times and misses it the first 4 times and then they make it on the 5th try, there's no way they can get a 50, a perfect score on that dunk. Why? Because we lost the wow factor every time you missed. All the misses destroy the wow factor that we would have got if you would have got it right the first time. You understand what I'm saying? And it's the same thing in life. When you got the cat out of the bag, we lose the wow factor of the action that you're going to take because you talked about it so much before you actually did it. And your talk about what you were going to do may not have been the talk may have been more impressive than the actual action. So it's kind of like a letdown. It's like, damn, you talked so much. I was so excited for it. I was expecting this, but then you did something that was like this. So then you lose the wow factor. Now, if you would have just did something, nobody would have had any expectations. And when you did this, it would appear to be up here. Why? Because you didn't talk about it. You didn't give anybody any reason to anticipate it. It just happened. See, barking about what you're going to do before you do it is like, it's like releasing helium out of a helium balloon. You know helium, right? It makes the balloons go up to the ceiling. The more you talk, it's like letting air out of that balloon. You let enough air out of a helium balloon, what happens? The balloon falls down to the floor. Now it has no power. Can't do anything. So in life, if you're going to do something and you know you're going to do something, don't talk about it. Let people know that you were going to do something by your actions because they're going to see it when it's done. And if you're not going to do nothing, if you're not going to do anything, don't talk about it. Be mature enough to know that since I'm not going to take any action here, that you could just stay silent. There's power in silence. A lot of people can't develop power in life simply because they can't stay quiet. They got to say something. And these days, when everybody has a broadcasting station such as this, a lot of people take advantage of it, but a lot of people should be more quiet than they actually are. Work on your game. Dre all day.